Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Clemson is going to kick the shit out of the South Carolina Gamecocks probably for the next 10 years every time they run across each other.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are weaker than a plate full of piss.
The Rob and Kale podcast.
Let's go.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. As tonight, we're going to talk about teams that we think are going to disappoint. It's not going to be a disappointing show, but it's we're going to talk about some teams that are going to disappoint. I got to welcome in my podcast partner. He is in Lumberton, North Carolina, Mr.
Big L.
Kale Hall. The Big L? Is that what you're calling it now, the Big L?
The Big L.
Yeah, there you go. Jackpot, of course, up there in the Big L. That's what we're going to call it from now on, is the Big L.
The Big D.
For Big
dump.
D.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not a dump. Well, it is. But
Jackpot.
you know what's even worse? You know what's even worse about it? It's hot. I was at home the past 4 days over the Memorial Day weekend, and then yesterday we had graduation. It was really hot there. But it's different kind of hot here. It's it's Columbia hot plus maybe like 0.2 more of a degree of swamp ass.
So swamp ass is at a higher volume there is what you're trying to tell us.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Just slightly. So you know how the swamp ass is in Columbia, so just imagine. I mean,
bigger swamp ass there. Got it.
Yeah,
Dakota
if Willie
said,
B was here, you'd really be calling this shithole.
I mean, it's shithole, but so I left my USB splitter at my job. That's why my camera's silly. I'm using my inboard camera here instead of my regular camera because I'm a dumbass and left my USB hub at work. So
I was wondering what was different today.
Yeah, it's just fuck off. That's pretty much where I'm at with.
Well, I mean, to be honest, the less, I mean, we can kind of see you further back. So, you know, the less of a close-up, the better.
Well, thank you for that, Jackpot. And by the way, I was going to say something good for you about you. I am posting in the chat room right now the link to Mr. Carolina Jackpot's Rockabelly 864 channel for YouTube.
Yep.
The Jackpot's doing his food reviews over there, and the shit is just great. I mean, I watched the Arby's Wagyu one, and it's like, all right, Jackpot's completely with it. And I had people messaging me about the second video that you put up, and just go subscribe to the damn channel, please. He's already over like 200 subscribers, and it's
that's crazy.
Jackpot.
That's crazy. My goal is to be the white name drops. You know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but good stuff there. We went to Powell's on Sunday, went to Arby's last week it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to be looking for some other stuff to get around to. So, oh yeah, very nice. Rockabelly 864. Rockabelly all night long. Rockabelly, sing that song.
Jackpot singing the hits, but all the food reviews and everything else are going to go over there, and it's just high quality, worth your time entertainment there. Let's thank our sponsors first, and then we're going to get into teams that are going to disappoint. First of all, Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia, Highway 1 diagonal from the Walmart. Great place to go and get yourself some wings, some beer, play some video games, all of that for you at Callaway's barandgrill.com. We also have Story Time with Uncle Jackpot, brought to you by Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. If you've got something that needs hauled, Dennis can do it. I mean, Dennis hauls everything from sod to tanks to shit for Halliburton. I mean, it's all over the place. And if you need a job and you got a CDL, then you should get with Dennis Wilson because you will make a lot of money. And if you like money, that's great. Anyway, Jackpot, tell us a story, sir.
Okay, sucks to be a Gamecock. Clemson just fired a baseball coach who is more successful than the Gamecock baseball coach. We aspire to be a football school, but all we will ever be is a women's basketball school. It forever sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
Barney Ross. All right. Okay. Big Barney Ross says, how can you tell when it's homecoming weekend at Iowa? The cheerleaders have braided their armpit hair. Very good, Big Barney Ross. Thank you for the super chat, sir.
When I see Bible Belt Beauties, just thinking that yesterday, it was the first time when outside of graduation over there at the Bon Secours Arena in downtown Greenville, there was an old man out there when my fiance and I were leaving, coming down the steps. He handed us each a testament, a New Testament Bible with the Psalms and Proverbs. I haven't seen one hand one of those out in years.
I thought they stopped printing them.
Apparently not. He had a bunch.
Apparently not. I'm not mocking. I'm just saying I thought that they stopped printing it, which is
I haven't seen him a year. I was staying in hotel rooms for 6 months or so until I had to get this apartment to stay in, and I don't see the Gideon Bibles in there much either.
Yeah. Well, that's
they took God out of schools, and then they took it out of the hotel rooms.
Yeah. They also took those vibrating beds out. They need to bring those back.
No,
put a quarter in it and it vibrates. Why not? I don't know.
It's more shit to tear up.
All right, so we're going to talk about teams that are going to disappoint, and we're looking for the cherry is this year's North Carolina. Remember last year, North Carolina was, man, everybody was talking about them, and they were doing their thing, and North Carolina was in the top 10, and then North Carolina ended up, not being very good.
Yeah, they went up there to Lane Stadium week 1 on Thursday night and let a big old bronze turd on the 50-yard line.
Well,
it was a Friday night, actually, I think. Anyway,
it was. I remember Mac Brown walking off the field after just seeing him at ACC kickoff, and he looked like he was great and happy and everything else. Then he walked off the field looking like he wandered away from the shuffleboard game at the rest home. It's amazing.
He got his ass kicked by Justin Fuente.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, but Jackpot, do you want to give us your first team that you think is going to disappoint?
Well, you were talking it up here. What we were talking about earlier, and a lot. This is a team I like, so I have a hard time dissing on kind of talking shit about them. But they have them ranked in this magazine number 27. That's Penn State, and this Sean Clifford guy, this quarterback, he's not very good. They do have a couple wide receivers coming back, but I just, they've lost a little bit as well. And hell, 4 defensive starters coming back. You got absolutely skull drugged by Arkansas in the bowl game to end the season. You can't. They didn't do very well against any of the big 3. That your Michigans, your Michigan State. Well, they kept the games closer. But, they're just losing a lot, so especially defensively. I don't really think they're going to be that good. I don't think they'll be that good.
Well, here's my first one, and this is I've got a couple of them, but my first one is going to be the Kentucky Wildcats. And I'll tell you why. I did a little research on this, so bear with me for just a second.
Hold on real quick. The hat said, when was the last time Penn State had a good quarterback? Kerry Collins?
He was a drunk, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Todd
But no,
Blackledge.
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, good point. Anyway, yes, I know my camera's screwed up. I forgot my USB hub, so it's my fault. But look, here's the deal with Kentucky. Kentucky, according to ESPN's way too early top 25, they've got them projected at number 2. They're losing Darian Kennard, who was their best player, big offensive tackle.
Number
They
2
lose
in the country.
number 22, sir. Did I say 2? Then I'm
Oh,
22. Yeah. They lose their center, Luke Fortner, who was good. Also, Wan'Dale Robinson, their wide receiver, is gone as well. Here's the thing. You thought you could mask some of that with Chris Rodriguez, but as I learned from Jackpot, you can't drink tequila in a bourbon state. That just doesn't work. Your ass is going to end up arrested. And that's what happened with Chris Rodriguez. And I don't know how long he's going to be out. Maybe for a little bit here, maybe a little bit there. But here's the kicker. When you look at Kentucky for last season, they won 10 football games. And on the surface, that looks great. But their wins, their biggest win of the season, you could argue, would be when they came to Columbia and beat South Carolina. Florida did not make a bowl game. LSU did not make a bowl game. Let's see here. They beat
they lost
Louisville,
to
but
Tennessee.
Louisville's a shithole. And they
They
had
beat LSU.
Yeah, but LSU didn't go to a bowl game, Jackpot, and they won at home. Okay, so I mean, their schedule was Charmin soft, and they didn't really have. I mean, they beat
I know
Mizzou.
something else like that.
Yeah, they beat Mizzou. Congratulations on that. But
Something
this year,
short and
though, it's a
soft.
little bit.
Button on a fur coat.
Fair enough. It's different this year, though. They've got to go to Tennessee. They've got to go to LSU.
I think you're wrong.
They got to go. I'm looking at the
LSU went to a bowl game.
No, sir.
They did. They played Kansas State and they lost.
That's right. I'm sorry. That's right. LSU did go to a bowl game, but they finished the season 6-7.
Damn
So
dumbass.
they finished with a non-winning record. Same thing goes for the Florida Gators, non-winning record.
How do you do this shit for a living? But yeah, I know it. And you don't.
Well, look, I'm not very bright.
Well, that you were. Shout out to Zona Tucson 93 over there in the chat. We have an Arizona fan says they're going 6-6 this year. Hey, it's possible, and I appreciate your team last year. I mean, they didn't win a game, but I mean they fought hard. And talking about making money, they were cashing a ticket for me every week. Every week I had them covering, and they did. They fought hard in a lot of those games, and should have won a couple of them.
Well, fair enough on that. But Kentucky is my team that I think is going to have problems simply because no Rodriguez. Everyone loves Levis, but who's he going to throw the football to? They have 2 offensive linemen that they're going to have to replace, and they're going to have to go to LSU this year. They're going to have to go to Tennessee, which is a game that they lost, and they got to go to Florida. So
they don't play LSU this year.
I thought LSU's their permanent cross opponent, or is it Mississippi State? It's my fault.
Mississippi State.
Either way. Yeah, Mississippi
State.
At home. That's right. But in 2022, then hold on, let me make sure that I've got all my ducks in a row here. Yeah, they've got Florida, Youngstown State, Northern Illinois. Yeah, then they trade out LSU for Ole Miss in Oxford. That's an L. So
definitely,
I think this Kentucky team is going to be one that I think is going to disappoint. So there you go. There's one of mine. Do you have another one, Jackpot?
I studied up on this, and now I really just don't know. Man, I don't know. I don't know about. I don't know about NC State, man. I just don't know about them. I just don't. Um, people have them picked like you have people picking them to win the ACC and shit. Come on. I mean, they have to replace both their running backs. Defensively, they're pretty decent, but I mean, just like looking at last year's schedule, I mean, it just doesn't. They didn't really impress me that much. They lost to Wake Forest. Barely beat North Carolina. I know they beat Clemson. That was a big win for them, but went to Mississippi State, got road graded by a terrible team. Barely beat La Tech.
The breeze, and its
What the
mission
hell?
is to make sleep.
This thing's running its
feel
mouth.
cool.
Hold on.
So no more
Hit
night
the
sweats.
tab.
No more.
There we go. Anyway, but no. Back to what you were saying there, Jackpot, about NC State.
And they got a fairly tough first 4 games of the season non-conference schedule. I mean, they go to East Carolina the first game of the season. I think they'll be as good or better than last year. And those two teams they hate each other. I mean, they really do hate each other up here. Charleston Southern is whatever. Then they play Texas Tech at home. That's, who knows there. So, I mean, 2 out of those 4 non-con games are questionable, in my opinion. And then you got UConn before Clemson. So.
Yeah, I think the big thing with them and NC State, according to what I've got here, they're ranked 8th in the ESPN preseason rankings here. And of course they lose that big tackle that's going to play for the Panthers, but they're bringing some folks in. 8 starters on offense, 9 on defense, 1 on special.
Lost player to the Gamecocks too. Gamecocks.
Yeah. So I'm buying NC State. Maybe and Jackpot knows I don't like Dave Doran. All right, my other pick here is Michigan State. After Kenneth Walker III was out, they weren't worth a shit. And I don't think they're going to be worth a shit this season. 5 starters return on offense, 9 on defense. Maybe the defense will carry them a little bit. I don't know. But they started out blistering hot, and then all of a sudden So Michigan State is my other team I think is going to disappoint. Jackpot, anything from you on that? Oh, Jackpot left. All right, 803-470-2905. We're going to take some calls here.
All right, I had to get a drinky stinkage.
That's cool. Hold on, let's see here. I'm bringing up. There we go. You can call the show now at 803-470-2905 if you want to get involved with the program. I think that's my Michigan State and Kentucky are right there for me. I don't think
everybody's talking about Jalen Brooks coming back to the Gamecocks. Do you think that's like earth-shattering news? I
mean, I don't like. Here's the plus side of that. Like, we haven't really seen Jalen Brooks play with an actual quarterback. What the hell is going on with this now? It's like all my tabs are starting to play shit behind the scenes here. They're not supposed to do that. Anyway, like Jalen Brooks, we haven't even seen him play with a quarterback. So maybe if he has somebody that can throw him the ball a little bit, he might do better. I don't know.
That's valid.
So, but I think that if I'm being the optimist for South Carolina, what they do with Jaheim Bell and DeCarrion Joyner, having them on the field together, and then of course you've got Josh Vann as well. And then if you have Brooks there, that's 4 pretty good weapons there, in addition to Marshawn Lloyd, who I still think we haven't really seen how he's going to do.
I want to see them. I would like to see them use Juju McDowell some out of the backfield to catch passes.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Good evening. How y'all doing? It's Hollywood Jr.
Hello, Hollywood Jr.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
What you got for the show?
You said teams that disappoint. I got a couple teams that's going to disappoint this year. I got a couple teams.
All right. Well, make sure sir, respectfully, make sure you can't just call up and say Georgia's going to suck. Tell us why you think Georgia's going to suck, or whoever it is that you put out there. All right. You can't just be because I like.
They've been sucking. They just got their lucky championship last year. They've been sucking. But
They're
anyway,
the national champions, sir. They don't suck. They just won the national title.
They still suck to me.
You know what? Winning the national championship makes you suck. I want to suck.
They suck. But anyway, the team that's going to disappoint. Number 5 is going to be the USC Trojans. Number 4 is going to be the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Number 3, I have, and this is going to be a shocker, the Arkansas Razorbacks. And number 2, I have Kentucky. And number 1, I have, I say Wisconsin is going to be the team that's disappointed. They have a lot coming back. That's my top 5.
Well, thank you for that. A couple of things here. Elijah says that Florida fans make him pro-choice. How do you feel about that?
What'd you say?
Elijah says that Florida fans make him pro-choice. How do you feel about that?
That delusional Vol fan. They gonna have what they call Vol syndrome when we beat them again. They don't know what they're gonna do. Like they're gonna have World War III.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tennessee's not even relevant. We're not even talking about Tennessee. We beat Tennessee for like 5 years, 6 years straight. We're not worried about Tennessee. We worry about Georgia Bulldogs.
They suck. Why do you worry about them?
They do suck. Well, I can't wait to
Tennessee said the Vol Navy is going to run over that mess of gators in the Tennessee River.
Yeah, we're gonna run them out of Neyland in the third quarter like we always do.
And that old blue coonhound gonna come. I crap it on that ass.
We're gonna run them out in the stadium. Third quarter, 37-6. Third quarter, mark it down. Today is what? Today is June the 1st. Today is June the 1st. Live on the show.
So, on the bookcase of accountability, you said that Florida's going 10-2, right?
10-2. We're going to be 11-2. Sugar Bowl champions. SEC East champions. We're going to upset Georgia in Jacksonville. We're going to tear up Tennessee. We're going to tear up South Carolina. And we're going to tear up Kentucky.
All right. Well, I'm asking because you say you're going to call the show every week. Are you going to stop calling the show if your team they start out the season 2-8?
Yes.
No, I'm not. We're not going 2-8. We're going 11-2. Sugar Bowl.
I don't know shit about fuck.
SEC East champions.
All right. Well, on that note, though, I hope you continue to call if you're 2-8. But if you don't, I'm changing your name from Hollywood Jr. to Casper the Ghost. Because we won't see your ass anymore. Casper the Ghost. Well, that's what happens.
What y'all think? Hold on. What y'all think about South Carolina? I'm between, because South Carolina is a mystery team. They could be really good or they could be really bad.
Yeah, I
don't think they're going to be really bad if they don't block. If it's the same offensive line that played last year in like 8 out of 12 games shows up, they're not going to be very good. If they block like they did against North Carolina and Florida, they have a chance to have a pretty special season because that quarterback they got is dumb good.
You want to know how you can determine how South Carolina's schedule is going? Just find the gas stations near Cale's house. If they're out of Miller Lite, you know the season's shit.
Listen, I still listen. All due respect, I still have South Carolina get upset week 1 against Georgia State Panthers. Y'all mark it down. Everybody in the comment section, mark it down. South Carolina will lose 26-28 to Georgia State Panthers week 1. But we'll upset the Georgia Bulldogs 2 weeks later.
All right. Thank you for calling the program, Hollywood Jr. Don't turn into Casper, all right? Appreciate it.
I might actually take that trade off.
I mean, Jackpot, help me. I don't know where to go from here. So much stuff there.
There's that kind of puts you in a funk, doesn't it? Brandon said something about Jalen Brooks making a catch versus Georgia last year. I don't think he even played at all last year. Was it? No. I mean, did the roster say he was unavailable for like a few games, and he just like disappeared?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think
I don't think he played.
Brooks has maybe he'll do well. I don't know.
You're thinking about Josh Vann catching.
Yeah,
he had a decent catch against Georgia last year. It's one bright spot and miserable.
Bulldog JC says South Carolina will finish 3rd in the East, 2 spots ahead of Florida. Florida will be 5th. Oof. Okay. So you got Florida finishing 5th. There's only 7 teams there, so I guess you got them finishing ahead of Vandy and Mizzou. Huh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying. I don't know. We'll find out about that. As Jackpot says, we'll find out. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that.
Not sure about that.
Not too sure about that. Some people are talking about the Monty Lee getting fired from Clemson. Brandon asked, are they going to replace him with look, I told Jackpot this on Sunday night because I kind of got the word it was going to happen, but it was one of those things I couldn't bring it to post because from what I gather, there were still some elephants in the room, basically. But I mean, I knew on Sunday night Monty Lee was going to go. I was told by a couple of different folks that I consider pretty good sources up there that are close to the program that the first call was to Vanderbilt with Coach Corbin, who's a former Clemson assistant, and then Coach O'Sullivan down at Florida, who is also another assistant that spent time at Clemson. The athletic director today talked about it and said, money's not going to be an issue and blah, 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 blah. I'm at the point with Clemson baseball that it's sort of like the basketball team too. Just fucking show me something. I'm tired of being heartbroken when, I mean, the baseball team started 14-0 this year.
Yeah.
And they didn't make the fucking tournament. How does that happen?
Not many people remember that.
Yeah. You start the season.
It's a little known fact. They started 14-0. Brandon, you were right. I looked up that box score, and he did score a touchdown that game. I didn't believe you. I thought you were mistaken because I swear I couldn't remember him playing, but I was probably like, I don't know. Maybe I went out of the room when that happened or something. Drank too much beer.
Maybe not. Anyway, but no, it's frustrating with all that, and we could do an entire fucking
Walt Tula's tweeting out saying that it's going to be a massive name-dropping hire.
Of course, Walt Tula is going to say that. And when they hire fucking East Carolina's coach, or they go down to Coastal and get Coach Gilmore, he'll think that's the big name-dropping coach. And by the way, you know what? Getting a name-dropping coach in baseball doesn't really mean shit. Get a coach that's going to fucking win. I'd rather have that than, I won here and I won there. No one gives a fuck. Just come in and win. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hack. Have a good day. Anyway.
There were East Carolina fans that when we thought Kingston was getting fired, Me and the Spurs Up show dude were talking some smack on Twitter with some of their fans. And one of them said something about Coach, what's his name? Coach, what? Cliff something?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name is. So who says he's not leaving because there's something about his old coach up that he was the assistant for up here. He died of Alzheimer's a few years back. He said he's not leaving until he goes and takes the Pirates to the College World Series or something. And I said, well, I guess I'll never leave then. And we're talking shit back and forth. And he's like, something like then he started talking shit to us about our entrance, and he's like, about y'all sandstorm entrance, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
Not Inner Sandman entrance. Was what it was. I'm like, fucking, that's not even the same damn school, you fucking moron. And then I said, but y'all running out of your fucking little blow up pirate ship doll with the fucking purple smoke is just straight fire. I mean,
Big Barney Ross with the super chat says Utah will be the reason Kentucky beats Florida. Good point, sir. Good point. Look, I don't know. I think Utah is going to beat the holy shit out of Florida, but I could be wrong. Elijah says Billy Napier is a bitch Jones used car salesman type of coach. Very good, sir. Very good.
I think I've never heard him talk.
That's solid. That's solid. All right. 803.
You think that Clemson might take a chance on old Landon Powell?
I don't know if he wants to do that or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if they wherever they went, you know. Here's the thing, like Monty Lee's buyout was $500,000. So the money part's not that big of an issue. And you know, they say that baseball is important up there. Well, now's your chance. Figure it the hell out. So Billy says, put this on the bookcase of accountability. Florida fans will exit the stadium by the half against Utah, headed to the local Sunnies. Book it. Fair enough. We'll see on that. I mean,
Sunnies.
I think that's a bad matchup for Florida, but
what is Sunnies?
That's probably one of those bars they had during the Civil War that Billy went to. Billy's a carpetbagger, like the comrade. Shit. All right. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join us here on the program this evening, we talk about teams that are going to disappoint. And, of course, the call from Hollywood Jr., who thinks that Florida's going to win the Sugar Bowl.
Oh, I forgot. Sonny's is a barbecue place. There used to be one around Greenville, but it closed up.
Yeah, we'll have to see on that. Dakota says, I miss Billy's calls. His wife needs to give him the phone back. Billy was really upset. I felt bad. I was going to cut that up into just a segment of just Billy bitching at us. Then I was like, you know what? We don't need that.
It was Billy bitching at you. Get it right.
Oh, it was bitching. Excuse me. He was bitching. I like to think that it's just as much your show as it is mine, sir.
Well, so, it is, but he wasn't bitching at me.
So that's sort of like the scene from Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald, where the guy they're renting the store from says, if you don't pay me, I'm kicking you in the nuts. And he goes, that's my partner's department. That's what Jackpot's doing to me right now. Rob gets all the kicks to the nuts. Yeah, he handles that.
Yeah. Graham Neff. Graham Cracker Neff. Is that?
Yeah.
I got all these nicknames to these Clemson people. Now we got Graham Cracker Neff. Replaced your old AD, Dan Ratto Slow Bitch. The ukulele.
Ukulele.
Shitley. I need to stop.
I seriously wrote down when we interviewed Uyunglele at the ACC Media Days last year. I literally wrote a post-it note and stuck it on my computer in front of me and says, "Don't call him the ukulele." I wrote that down on a post-it note.
You interviewed him. Can he string more than 3 words together to make a sentence?
I mean, I think I put, maybe I didn't post the video. You know what? I'm gonna do that this year. I'm gonna post some of the videos on the channel here. But yeah,
James,
we talk about
yeah, he didn't do shit, by the way. Just so you know, he didn't do shit. He didn't even throw for a damn 100 yards. He had a lower. He had like a 30-point lower quarterback rating than that clipboard Jesus from our off our scout team, which y'all like to make fun of. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. We lost that game because we didn't block well and because we missed a bunch of tackles.
Yeah.
Shitley.
Whatever. Look, if you're a Clemson fan and you're going to call up and talk about DJ Uyunglele, the only thing that you can positively say is that you can hope that he throws like he did in the Boston College Notre Dame game from 2 years ago when Trevor Lawrence had COVID-19. Other than that, Uyunglele has been a failure at Clemson. And he's an honest kid. If you put that in front of him, he'd probably tell you the same damn thing. So, there's that. And by the way,
maybe it was because maybe he played better in those games because he knew he wasn't the starter. Maybe he was nervous. Sometimes nerves work in people's favor. You think? Yeah. But you think he'd have been nervous against Georgia, right?
He didn't play well he didn't play well in any of those games, man. He didn't have one really good game last year. He looked like shit against SC State. I'm just being honest. He looked like shit against SC State. I mean, that's just the way that it is. I'm just being honest.
Would you read Aaron Brown's comment there?
It was nothing Clemson did. It's what South Carolina didn't do. Yeah,
Amen.
Whatever. Clemson win 87-0, and Jackpot would still be like, "Well, if we would have blocked better, we would have won. Nothing that y'all did. God damn it.
That's not a lie."
Off out of here. Anyway, but no, Billy said Billy, you don't have to apologize. We like it when people call up and rant at us. It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me at all. I'm going to read Billy's comment here. Which one of these excuses will Florida fan use the most? It's a transition year, or it's a new system, or mother left the cupboard bare, or new coaches, or we wasn't ready. Man, you got like 5 excuses there. I don't know.
We got to get him fired up so he'll call in. What excuse are y'all going to use when y'all lose, Billy? Oh, hell, we thought that was Purdue.
Yeah. Here's what happened. The defense, someone took a Purdue bumper sticker and put it on the bus in front of our defense, and all of them shit themselves and said, "Damn it, we're going to get killed again." That's what happened.
No shit. The other day, I saw an SUV riding down the road, and it was in North Carolina. I was on my way back from Powell's. It had a Tennessee tag on it or something. They had a fucking Purdue, a little Purdue P down here on the back bumper. And it was like, damn, that's damn ironic. I was here trying to take a picture of it, but I would have probably went off the mountain if I had, so I didn't.
Mr. Boogie says, or the Megan kisses are gone. Very good, Mr. Boogie.
Yeah, she's giving those to high schoolers now. So she's probably going to get arrested for sex trafficking.
I don't know where the hell Mr. Boogie lives, but we do a live show this year at Callaway's. If you show up, sir, I will buy you some drinks. Mr. Boogie's is been here forever, and he comes to Callaway's. I will buy him drinks. That even though he is a sorry ass Gamecock fan, I'll buy you some drinks, sir. There you go with that. Aaron says, "Why use excuses when you can throw mustard?" Fair enough. Fair enough on that too. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. As we take calls this evening here on the Rob and Kale Show. If you would like to join the program. But Jackpot and I have talked about that. The Callaway Show will be the Friday before the rivalry game. So with that, we're gonna make it a charity event this year, and we're gonna take the money that we raise from charity and give it to the animal shelter, Pets Inc. in West Columbia, and then wherever Jackpot is up there in the Big L. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
My wife gave me my phone back.
Oh, does she know you?
All right.
Or did you? No, let's
Be
just
real
be honest.
quiet. No,
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
be talking real loud.
Okay.
Don't make me get mad. I'll be start yelling and she'll come take the phone from me.
We don't need that.
No.
So what are you calling to tell us?
Huh?
What? I'm trying not to be loud. What are you calling to tell us?
I don't know. I just called talking the Hollywood Junior guy. Where does he live? Because the weed is unbelievable there.
I don't know where he lives, but
South Georgia somewhere.
yeah. Where do you live, Billy? He's probably down there at the rest stop.
Well, I used to live in Destin, Florida until a few months ago. Then I moved back to Cleveland, Tennessee, my home.
Good for you.
Oh, that's near Chattanooga, isn't it?
Yeah, just up I-75.
Thought so.
No. Teams that will disappoint. I think. I hope Rattler stays healthy. We need Kentucky, Tennessee, and South Carolina to get more involved in the SEC. So I think of hopefully nothing happens to him. But if something does, that would be a letdown, and I think Kale would agree with that. So
yeah,
a lot's got to happen with their offensive line. We've beat this to death.
Hey, can I ask you a question? And I'm not trying to piss you off, but
oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Go ahead.
Look, we can. I call it a gimmick offense, but you know what? It puts up points. The thing with Tennessee this year,
yeah, they lead. I've listed the NCAA 7th, 9th, and 10th. I don't know what they were in team offensive stats. So
sure.
Total offense, rushing, and scoring, and we got to remember Hooker didn't start the first 3 games. Those are all based on numbers, and let's remember that's against Alabama, Georgia, Florida, the SEC, primarily the East and stuff. And,
sure.
South Carolina was they're there. I mean, they're no slouch. So those are pretty good numbers for that kid.
Okay. But my question to you is the defense going to be any better this year? Because last year they were a shithole.
Right. I agree with you. And we know why. They were 26 or 27 scholarships short because of the transfer portal. They had no depth, and that was obvious in the big games. We've seen that. They just didn't have it. Like on your teams of disappointment, and I posted in the comments earlier, this is a shot in the dark and everything because we don't know what teams have got in the transfer portal. I know Kale probably knows what South Carolina's picked up. I know what Tennessee's picked up. They've picked up some huge people. And it's not like Heupel doesn't know to fix the defense. He's done that. And right now, I think for 2023, he's doing okay at number 7 in recruiting for 2023. So,
Yeah.
it's we don't know about the transfer portal till we see these people come out and, like you say, do something. You just don't know. So the transfer portal will be the key. And you know what's funny? Saban complaining about the NIL and the transfer portal. He's like one of the top 5 teams that Alabama has used the transfer portal. So that's fine. But like I say, transfer portal will tell the tale. Tennessee picked up the wide receiver Nico, whatever his name is, from Southern Cal. I don't. So
yeah,
we'll see.
That's great, but is the question is your defense going to look better than a wet fart? So
Yes,
That's going
they
to
will
be
look
the
much
big thing
better.
there.
They're much improved.
Okay.
They're much improved. I think they finished, what was it this year recruiting? 15th, 14th, something like that. So
Yeah, but you're bringing.
and
We don't really know how those guys are going to play out yet. You know. So,
exactly. So all and you can say that and everything, but it is what it is because there is a correlation between recruiting and national championships. The years Clemson won, they had great recruiting years 2 or 3 years before, just like Georgia and Alabama does year in year out. So,
all right, well, look, here's my thing though. With when it comes to that, Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 recruit in the country when he went to South Carolina. As far as me covering sports, he was the most dominant player in college football that I ever covered. Okay. And it took him
agreed.
5 or 6 games his freshman year to figure that the fuck out and to start making plays. And everybody will agree with you on that. I mean, we knew that he was going to be the man, but he still had to have some time to figure that out. Tennessee doesn't have a Jadeveon Clowney in their recruiting class. Okay. What I'm saying that for is
Well,
because we don't really
that's a
know.
good
There's
example.
not
That's a
somebody
good
that can
example.
come in and make an
We can
impact as a
only.
freshman.
So you're saying you don't trust, and I've heard you all the time talk about this. So you're saying you don't trust the star system and the recruiting rankings. Is that what you're saying?
No. I think the star system is great because the correlation between having all these star players and all that and winning national titles, yes, that's relevant. I do think evaluations can be off, which we can talk about. I mean, what was the Duke quarterback that's now the Giants starting quarterback? Was like a 2-star recruit. Connor Shaw was a
Right.
2-star recruit.
Daniel,
Hendon Hooker, I don't know what he was. Yeah, but the
Well,
point is
like I
that
say, if
it's
you get
about
with
development
some,
more than than the rankings, in my opinion.
Daniel
Yeah.
Jones.
just like
There you go, Jackie.
the two Manning brothers were coached by one person.
David
Peyton was
Cutcliffe.
coached by
David
Cutcliffe
Cutcliffe.
as the offensive core. As the offensive coordinator at Tennessee, and
Right.
then he was at Ole Miss, and he was heavily involved. So that's another subject. Where's Archie Manning going to go? I mean, Archie going to go? Who knows? But he's not going to stand on the sideline with a clipboard. I can tell you that. He is not. The Mannings are not going to let that.
We'll see about that.
Under the guise of development. Georgia fans think they've got a shot. There ain't no way in hell he's going there. No way.
Well, we'll put that on the bookcase of accountability. I mean, Georgia does get guys to come there. We'll see.
Do you think Archie Manning would stand on the sideline with a clipboard and line behind 3 or 4 other people? No.
I think
No.
I think that I think he's going to go somewhere where he has the potential to start. But here's the thing: if he goes somewhere and he doesn't make first team, if he transfers out like immediately, I don't think that's going to work. He'll tarnish his legacy forever. So,
well, we need to hold on to that thought. That's what Spencer Rattler.
Well, if he ends up going to a really valid program, odds are they're already going to have a starter for at least 1 year. I mean,
I'm not saying this just to. I know Alabama got a 4-star recruit this week at quarterback or whatever. I still think he goes to Alabama. That's where I think he's going to end up.
I don't
Wouldn't
know.
surprise me.
Well, depends on the type of offense they're going to run and everything. So, but anyway, let me get my phone back before she finds out I got the phone. You guys keep it up. Great show. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
take care.
Right. All right, there you go.
Yeah, he's right with the transfer portal people. Just like I was saying, the key is all these people in each of these individual spots going to mesh together. Well, I mean, some do it better than others, I think.
That's why I when I look at teams and I'm trying to project what they're going to do this season, it's hard for me to, unless you got like a lights out talent like Spencer Rattler, a prime example. Nobody thought Hendon Hooker was going to do shit at Tennessee. He was the backup. you know, and everything was about what Joe Milton and all that. Welcome into the program. Good evening. Hello,
What's going on, fellas? Elijah, how y'all doing?
Elijah.
Good.
How the hell are you?
I'm good. I just got off work a little while ago, setting up for this Case Ross concert on Saturday, and just drank a few beers. Figured I'd call in and defend myself a little bit because Octavian called me delusional, or Hollywood Jr. I'm sorry, he called me delusional. I don't think I've ever really called in and said anything super delusional. I mean, we might not agree on everything, but I don't think I've ever called in and said anything delusional. So I don't,
Well, hold on.
I want to defend.
Hollywood Jr. said Florida is winning the Sugar Bowl this year. Don't value his opinion, sir.
Yeah,
Don't let that. Don't let that.
I
Don't
listened
let
to
that
him. I
shock you
listened to
there.
him on Blues Channel yesterday, and he gave some pretty horrible predictions, and it was kind of funny. He said Mizzou is going to finish last.
Yeah, I mean, Uncle Lou put up with that shit for a while. Uncle Lou must be getting soft in his old age. The
I didn't get to listen to that
know,
stream. I missed that one.
Yeah, the Uncle Lou that I know wouldn't put up with that shit. What's going on with Uncle Lou?
I have no idea. I didn't, but I wanted to call because y'all touched on the defense for Tennessee. I
Sure.
kind of wanted to give my predictions for the year. I think the defensive line will be the most improved unit on the team this year.
Yeah, but that's not saying much because they were the shits last year.
Oh, for sure. And look, I if there's anything I believe in on that staff, it's Rodney Garner and putting together a good defensive line. I think they did pretty decent in the portal, decent recruiting in this year, and I think Byron Young's going to have a big year this year. But that's just me. And another thing I wanted to bring up too, I think the second spot for the East is going to be an absolute war between Kentucky, South Carolina, and Tennessee. I don't think anybody's touching Georgia this year unless Stetson Bennett just absolutely implodes, which is possible. But I'm looking forward to the South Carolina Tennessee game. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think it's going to be a really, really good ball game. I'm excited for this year, And you brought up on the show earlier today, talking about Tennessee fans would be disappointed if we ended up in the Tampa Bay Bowl. I think is what you called it, and it used to be the Outback Bowl.
It's called the Tampa Bay Bowl.
Ecstatic with that. I would be ecstatic with that. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think we need to win that bowl game, but that's just me.
Well,
the Tampa Bay Bowl. What is that? Did they rename the?
They renamed the Outback Bowl the Tampa Bay Bowl.
Oh, no way! Really?
No, sir. I would not bullshit.
I thought maybe it was the damn Gasparilla Bowl renamed.
Nope, it is the Tampa Bay Bowl now. Because apparently Outback pulled their sponsorship. No more fucking blooming onions.
Well, they at least the Gamecock got them a few of them.
Yeah. All right, Elijah, man. Hey, anything else?
Just wanted to say, y'all were talking about Jadeveon Clowney. I could watch that hit against Michigan where he made him fumble just about every day of the week. That is one of the best. But
and I'm not taking anything away from him on that. But there was a game. It may have been his freshman year against Georgia, where he came off the line and they ran the play away from him. He sprinted 5 yards past the quarterback, pivoted, turned around, and ran down whoever the hell the running back was on the stretch play. From the guy had like a 7-yard start, and Clowney ran his ass down. And as soon as that happened, I literally looked at one of my best friends and said, "That motherfucker is going to be a problem." And of course, for 3 seasons he was. I mean, they ran the ball away from him. He pivoted like he was a basketball player and sprinted and caught a Georgia running back for a loss. I mean, it was
Todd Gurley
play. I don't remember who it was. I'm just saying they put him in to rush the passer. He literally just killed whoever it was in front of him, but overran the play and still managed to pivot and run the guy down. And that to me is more impressive than the Michigan play because somebody just blew a fucking block there. That was more athletic in my opinion. So anyway,
good hit. If I could just say one more thing, and this is my opinion on Billy Napier. He is the worst parts of Butch Jones and the worst parts of Jeremy Pruitt. And the way I back that up is he's got these little catchphrases like Butch Jones did the used car salesman stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like in a press conference saying, I need more players. As a coach, when you have a decimated locker room and a bad mindset in that locker room, you don't want to go out in public and be like, oh, I just need more players. All my players suck. Because that's what I got from that. And if I was a player, I'd be looking to get on the first train out of there. But that's just me. Thank y'all for taking my call. It's always a pleasure. So
appreciate it.
Y'all have a good night.
See you later.
Yep.
All right, Big Barney Ross with the super chat says, I hope Stetson Bennett gets drafted like Jarrett Guarantano. Very good, sir. Very
You're in
good.
doo-doo.
Yeah, and final call for calls this evening here on the Rob and Kale Show. There's one more call here. Let's see how this comes out. All right. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
What you got for the program, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Go ahead.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Go ahead.
Just wanted, this is Bulldog JC from the comments. Just wanted to call in and tell you my finishing, who will finish where in the SEC East this year.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
So, all right. Missouri's going to finish last. Vanderbilt's going to finish second to last. Then it's going to be Florida in fifth.
Sure.
And then fourth is going to be Tennessee. South Carolina is going to be third. Kentucky's going to be second. And Georgia's going to be in first in the East. Now, I'm not one of these delusional Georgia fans that thinks we're going to win the Natty this year again. I'm grateful that we won it, but I don't think we'll win it this year. But we'll make it to the SEC championship game. We'll probably lose to Alabama, and we'll finish with some New Year's Six Bowl or something like that, probably. Most likely.
Well, anything else you want to add to the show, sir?
No, that was my prediction. Your title of your show said disappointment, so Missouri's going to be very disappointing this year.
Yeah, but they're kind of used to it. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate
Go
it, man.
Dogs.
Thank you for calling, man. Have a great night. All right.
Ethan
All right,
Dalton says ready to hang 50 on the Gamecocks this year. Go Balls.
803.
Love the show, guys. Just ate at Powell's again today. Jackpot, big sauce burger with cheese. Yeah. Get ready to hang 50 on us. Well, prepare to have 54 hungry.
Are they talking? 50. That's crazy. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
All right, this is Hollywood Junior back again.
Hollywood,
I
I can't. Hollywood,
Elijah.
no, dude. You've had your time, brother. You gotta go. You can call back next week. All right. Thank you. I can't take any. I'm sorry, Jackpot. I can't. I'm sorry. I know we try to be the show of the people here, but goddamn, I can't do it. I can't do it.
take
Sorry,
any more of
brother.
that today.
No, I mean we gave you were on the phone for fucking 7 minutes last time, and that was about 6 minutes and 45 seconds too much. Okay. And I'm all for everybody calling into the show, and we appreciate everyone that listens, but goddamn, I can only take so much. And
He makes
Jackpot's
the real Hollywood look like a Princeton grad.
yeah. And I just I can't goddamn it. You did fuck Jackpot. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
I feel bad for hanging up on the guy, but goddamn. Oh, we let him go too long.
You didn't hang up on him. You told him to call back next time.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I did hit the red button that said bye. That's not good. All right. Well, Jackpot, do you have anything else you want to add for the show?
I don't. Guys, thank you.
Jackpot's up there in the big L. You don't take a big L this week. You be solid as you head into the weekend. We appreciate y'all. Thanks so much. We'll see you later on.